Hey, it's Michael again. I'm going to do a guitar lesson for one of my favourite songs, Still Got the Blues by Gary Moore. So in this video, I'll cover the main rhythms, the intro lead guitar, plus there are some cool bluesy licks in the background of various parts, so I'm going to cover those too. Now there will be a follow-up video with the main guitar solo. Just give me a few decades to get the very crazy last one down. I'm going to save that for my retirement. Alright, let's look at the rhythm for the intro of the song. You need these chords, D minor 7, F/G, which is very similar to the last shape, just with the 3rd fret on the low E added, C major 7, F major 7, this voicing of B minor 7 flat 5, E and A minor. Now essentially you're just picking through those chords. The time signature is 12/8 in this song, which sounds rather fancy, but I always think of this sort of thing as just pulses of 6 groups of notes, and you're going to be applying a 6-note picking pattern to all the various chords here. So here it is slowly. Then there's a little riff at the end. Open A string to 3rd fret of the A string and 2 on the D string. Okay, this is all from the A minor scale with lots of cool Gary Moore isms. So play 14 on the G string, 15 on the B string, 17, then 17 again, and you're going to do a half step bend and try and do vibrato whilst you've bent it. Then 17 again with a half step bend, then 15 on the B string with some vibrato, and there's a lot of sliding off in this whole song in the lead stuff, so you know you can put your own touch on that. Then put in a rest note before the next section, down to 13 on the B string, to 15, and then you play 15 again with some big old vibrato, and this is a full step bend here. Another bend on 15, and then 13 of the B string with vibrato, and slide off again. The next phrase, still on the B string here, you're going to play 10, 12, 13. Then 13 again, big bend, full step with some vibrato. Another bend. Let that one fall back down. Play 12 with some vibrato. Now you might notice I do a lot of breaks. It's just the way I play things, but there is an actual break you might want to specifically do here next. You're going to play 10 on the B string, but when you listen closely there is a little rake into it. So you want everything muted except that note you're going for. and that last phrase is 10 on the B string to 12 on the G string, and then you play it again with a full step bend and vibrato. Here it is all together slowly. Into the verse, you're playing these chords again, but it's not really guitar playing this in the song. There are very atmospheric keyboards in the background. Just for us to replicate that, you can just gently glide through these chords. So you're just gliding across the chords nice and gently, and then you have this bar of picking to do. So just basically have your A minor chord formed there for the first part of it. That's why I've just labelled this A minor. It'll help you visualise it better. You're just picking the 5th, 3rd and 2nd string. I make that last one an up pick so I can escape back. Then take that 2nd finger where it usually is for an A minor, which wasn't used anyway, but place it on the 2nd fret of the A string. Pick the same strings. Then add your pinky to the 3rd fret of the A string. Pick the same strings. And then that riff at the end. Back into some strumming of the chords. Now in this case you play the B minor 7 flat 5 a couple of times, so 2 strums. Then we build up to the chorus E sus4 to E to E7. So E sus4, in this case it's like your A chord shape where you have the 3 fingers bunched together, but we're playing fret 2 on the A, D and G string plus the open low E. Just give that 6 downs, then play the lower 4 strings of an E chord 3 times. Although it doesn't matter if you hit extra strings there really. And then open it up to an E7 chord, this voicing. So that bar again. Right, so into the chorus, and this is it up to speed first of all. Alright, so we start with a small triad for the A minor chord, just cover the highest 3 strings at fret 5, and you're giving this a staccato feel, so you're trying to mute the strings between each hit on the chord. Do 6 on this A minor, so I just release pressure there and then cover up there, so I'm trying to help out on both hands there. the C minor triad. So you have this little staircase shape. 9 on the G, 8 on the B, 7 on the high E. Do 6 hits there. Back to the A minor. Then we'll go for a D9 chord. Very jazzy and bluesy. So fret 5 of the A string, 4 of the D string, 5 on the G and B string. And give that 6 hits as well. Now just move that D9 shape up to fret 8 and it'll become F9. And feel free to give it a bit of vibrato and a shimmer. Now move down to E7 sharp 9, the Hendrix chord. Fret 7 of the A, 6 of the D, 7 of the G, and 8 of the B. You can give that some vibrato as well. Back to a 6-string A minor bar chord. With one strum, then another one, then a rest note before the verse comes back in. Okay, the second verse, similar to the first, but you're just doing the picking pattern throughout the chords now. That was really a part of the intro before. And I just went into the chorus there as well to show you how that fits, so much the same stuff again. I'll do that verse and chorus slowly now. Alright, so in the second verse there are these bluesy licks in the background that you can play instead of the chords, or you can do both parts if you're doing some kind of cover. Now all these licks are from your 5 A minor pentatonic positions, which hopefully you know, but even if you don't know that, these licks are straightforward, but you need a lot of nice touch on your vibrato and your slides and phrasing to make them sound good. So here's the first lick, which is in box 2 of A minor pentatonic. Slide from 7 to 9 and then play it twice. The second time you do it, play vibrato. The next lick after is in box 1. 5 in the high E string to 8 on the B string. Then full step bend on fret 7 of the G string. Third lick. Stay in that box. Do a half note bend here on fret 7. Then a quick and sort of subtle pull off from 7 to 5, and the 5 is quite quiet there. Next lick is still in box 1 here. Now, because I would basically always chicken out of bending with the pinky finger, this is probably how Gary Moore played it. I'm going to use finger 3 to do this full step bend on fret 8 on the B string. Then go to the G string, a bend up and pull off. Call this a full step bend here in fret 7 of the G string. Pull off to 5 with finger 1 and 2. And then resolve to fret 7 on the D string with some vibrato. Next lick is in your box 4. Slide from fret 12 to 14 on the G string. Play 13 on the B string and then play it again with bend and vibrato. You know, all trademark Gary Moore stuff there. Next lick's quite a quick one. And we could call this box 3 of A minor pentatonic. So 10 on the high E, 13 to 10 pull off on the B, hang on that B for a little bit and then play 13 again. And then just to finish it before it goes into the chorus, go up to fret 15 on the B string, full step bend and vibrato. So just to complete these background licks, after the chorus there into this bridge, there are a couple more licks, so let's have a look here. Box 1 of A minor pentatonic, full step bend on 7, and then you're going to pull off to 5. And then resolve it on the D string fret 7 with 3 of those fret 7s there. Here's the last one, box 3 of A minor pentatonic. Full step bend on 13, pull off to 10. Another full step bend on 13. Another one with some vibrato. Just let that sustain for a while. Okay, so the first chord in the bridge is this B minor triad. 7, 7 and 7 of the highest 3 strings. Do a full bar of that staccato feel that we did in the chorus before. Just apply it to this chord. Then an A minor triad, which is just like your D minor open chord, but your fingers are going to be at 9 on the G string, 10 on the B string, and 8 on the high E string. Do 3 of those. Then go to a G triad, which is like your good old D chord, but you're essentially plugging it into fret 7, 8 and 7 up here. Then 6 hits on this A minor triad. I'll do that again for you. Another full bar of B minor. Then we'll switch to some bar chords from your 5th string. So F major 7. So that's 8, 10, 9, 10. You could play the high E string as well here if you want to. Just a strum, then go to E minor 7. So that's 7, 9, 7, 8. just on the middle 4 strings. Move that shape back 2 frets to get D minor 7. Then just an A minor 6 string bar chord. Then again with the rest note, and then you have that little riff again. And that would be the bridge in its entirety there. Then the main guitar solo comes, which I will be breaking down for you. The rhythm in behind it is just like the verses from before. So I'll just play through the rhythm for solo 1 one time here. Alright, much the same as before. So you've got the A minor triad, 6 hits. E minor, A minor, D9, move up to F9, give it a strum and give it a bit of vibrato if you want. Hendrix chord, A minor. But for fun here, you can stamp on a distortion pedal. Just go up to fret 12 of the low E. Just play it and slide down into this E5 chord. So that's 7 on the A string and 9 on the D string. So you hit that 5 times. And then you've got to stamp on your pedal again before you go back to a clean tone on the A minor triad again. So just a bit of fun in there. E minor, A minor, D9. This F9 you can give it a full bar and just strum it. You know, give it some vibrato to build some tension there. Then the E7 sharp 9, the Hendrix chord. Now all I'm doing here is I let it strum, but then I just pick the B, G and D string. When you listen, there's something in the background there that's probably harmonics, but I'm just doing this from a one guitar player point of view at the minute. Okay, and now to the outro solo section, which I'm not breaking down. Just give me a decade or so to learn that solo. But I'll show you the chords that play in the outro underneath, much the same as the other parts of the song. So as you can see there, that will play 7 times to there. So repeat that bit 7 times. Then for the 8th time to finish off the song, I'll play through what happens to finish it. Alright, so much the same stuff. After the B minor 7 flat 5, just go to E7 and give it a strum. And you're holding that to then finish on an A minor.